Right then, hello, you join me for new Speci campaign number 5. It's April the 1st and I'm inside my home for the next few days. I got loads of good baits with me today, fishing for three days, 2 nights, yeah. It's quite late in the day now, it's about 5-6 PM on April the 1st, and we're fishing right through to late on Wednesday. It's Monday today. So yeah, looking forward to it, got plenty of food. Actually, right now, get a bit closer, you definitely hear me. There's a very heavy northeasterly. That's the only problem, pushing down the lake, and I think it might be putting the fish off feeding slightly, even though this warmer weather's picked up. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. I got about 2.5 kilos of liquid based boilies with me. I've got new pop-ups I made. I've got pellet. I've got all kinds of. We've got some stalking stuff that really goes badly. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to it, and yeah, I'll show you the rigs and I'll get cast out. Alright, here's the first rig ready to go out. Little, I think that's a 2-ounce flat pair. I always use a flat pair with my bottom bait rigs. I find it sits nicely on the silt and it comes away very nicely. I don't like a distance lead. I feel that the extra length on it when it lays down flat, the distance lead, gives the chance to move away without being hooked. Basically this is semi-fixed, so hold on, I'll put a shot on in a sec. This is basically semi-fixed, so when the carp takes it, it gets the bolt effect, gets hooked straight away, and then it moves away and that comes off and it effectively turns into a running rig. So you get the bolt effect, but then the carp can't use the lead to shake off the hook hold, so very useful there. So then we got about, I don't know, 8 to 9 inches of the ESP camo sync link to a Fox Armour size 8 SSBP. I'll just show you that. A little bit of shrink tubing around it. Oh, can we get it in focus? Yeah, a little bit of shrink tubing at the bottom just to make the anchor point of this pop-up black cherry boilie, which I'll show you in a sec. So that'll pop up about, I'm just going to put the shot on now. I'm going to make it about maybe an inch, maybe half an inch off the bottom. I don't want to be too much off because remember I'm loose feeding with bottom baits. So there we are. That'll sit just I don't know, about an inch off the bottom like that. It's pretty good. And then I'm loose feeding out over the top. Got a bucket of liquid based black cherry here, which I made up last night. There we are, lovely big bucket of them. The tub of black cherry pop-ups as well. So that's the left-hand rod. I'll show you where that goes out to in a minute, but that's the rig. And we'll get that right, then here's the other rig. Same as before, semi-fixed, 2-ounce flat pair lead on a little leg clip there. It's only really, that's the same as well. We've got 8 to 9 inches of the ESP camo sync link. Again, this time it's just a bun spice bottom bait with a couple of bits of shrink tubing on the hook, if I can get it in focus. Come on. Well, you can vaguely see them there quite badly. Couple of bits of out of focus shrink tubing on the hook. One to just change the anchor point and one to give it a little kick over. So that should hook very nicely. I've been working on that. Yeah, very simple rig, similar to the other one. And then, of course, I've got here about 1.5 kilos of bun spice, which should be really good. Should get through most of that, I'd say, this session. So I'm looking forward to using all that. And I'll show you where that's going out to in a sec. But that's the 2 rigs, because I've had a few questions on them. And right, let's get it out. Okay, I've got both rods out. Basically, the black cherry pop-up rod you saw is out to about, I don't know, maybe there. Yeah, just in front of that duck probably. And it's got about 20 or 30 black cherry hook baits around it. And the bun spice is about, well, it's just off that tree trunk, those broken tree trunks there, about there. And that's got about 20 or 30 bun spice around it. So I put a fair bit of bait out, but it's getting warm. I think the fish might start eating it, and yeah, now we just wait for the first run, really. Really is a stunning evening and a stunning setting. Enough of that, now to get the first carp. Okay, first fish, there we are. Really happy with that. Literally rod was only about half an hour. Got a little drop back, hit it, just, you know, YOLO, and there's nothing there. Put the rod back out, beautiful little cast, and away it went. Stunning old dark common, this one, probably no bigger than, I don't know, 6.5 pound, maybe 7. That was on the black cherry pop up. I just showed you where that was cast to, in that little bay bit there. Yeah, really happy with that. Pop ups are working nicely, and yeah, the lake's been dead all day. There's only been a few fish out. My rod's only been in a couple of minutes. I've had a lovely old dark common. Stunning fish. Right, let's get it back and maybe get another one. Okay, carp number 2, just a little one this time, maybe 5, yeah, I'd say 5 pound. That's on the pop-up rig again. If I'm just going to go there. Very lively in these spring carp. I was just trying to cook my dinner there, and off he raced. But yeah, I suppose can't really complain about catching carp. That's my second in not very long at all on the same rod. Pop up again. Let's get it slipped back. Okay, it's oh, text. It's about, I'll have a look, 9:30 now. I had that last fish up, I think, just gone 7 maybe, 7:15. Since then it's got dark, temperature's dropped quite a lot. I think it's down to maybe 1-2 degrees now, and it's forecast to go down to 0 degrees overnight. Really clear night, no cloud cover. So I'm not sure, maybe we'll pick up a fish. Lake just isn't fishing well. Right, there's been quite a few people fishing it, good anglers, and they just haven't caught very many fish, so I'm not sure. I'm happy with the baits, happy with the spots, happy with the rigs, so I think if they are in the air I'll catch them, so let's hope. So I'm just going to settle down. I've got a bit of the old crafty carper. I'll get my light, look at that, bit of crafty, and maybe a bit of wind in the willows or something to read before I go to bed, so yeah, see you in the morning probably. Right, little Merlin diary. It's about 1:10. I've got one in the net. Well, it's in the sling now. I'll probably show it to you in the morning. I've got it in the retainer sling. I really can't be bothered to do it. One of the rods I got stuck in a tree twice, so I just physically can't accurately cast to its spot in the dark without snagging up. So I'm just fishing on the Speci bottom bait rod. That was the rod that had the fish. So I've had 2 on the pop-up rod, which I'm now not fishing with, and then 1 on the bottom bait rig, and another run I've missed on the bottom bait rig. There was ice on the mat when I went to unhook that fish, so it's not warm, but I think the tactics are working well. There's some annoying, sorry I shouldn't swear, probably cut that out, but there's some outrageously annoying cows in the next field that won't shut up about something. But, oh, right, let's try and get my head down, get a few hours. The remnants of the pod from last night. Just the one rod left. Just the Speci bottom bait rod. The other one I kept casting into a tree, so I gave up with it. I've got 2 fish in the sling to show you in a minute. So yeah, not too bad considering the ground's got a frost on and the mat's frozen over. I have to unfreeze the water in the bottom of the kettle and get a brew on. Cold hands. is fish number one, which I just literally had. It's probably 6:15 now, something like that. And
20 to 7.
27.
20 to 7.
Oh really? Oh, well, time's gone a bit quickly. There we are. I'd say that's probably best part of 8.5 pound net. 8.5. Ripped off on the Bun Spice rod again. There we are. Lovely winter common. So that's this morning's one. I've still got the ones from last night to show you. So if we can get him to sit up pretty for the camera. There we are. 8.5 pound Bun Spice. Early morning carp. It is freezing. The mat was frozen over and everything. Right, here are last night's fish. This is probably about £5, nice dark common. I think this one was at about 1:10. They obviously had all night in the sling to recover, so the other one's having a go now. Yeah, both on the same rod, Bun Spice bottom bait. That's the island, which I'll show you again in a minute. Right, there we are, quickly while he's not paying attention. That one's I think about £5, about 1:10. And then this one, similar size, about £5, at about 3 o'clock, 3 AM. Both very similar fish, just one's a bit darker. Oh, please, you're so cold. It literally like blocks of ice, I tell you. Well, I'm sure you can, look, there you are. Nice £5 common. Right, let's get them both back and finish my coffee. Right then, both rods back out fishing. Just missed an absolute steamer on the left hand rod. The second I put that pop up back out, I thought I'd show you where both rods are. So now I've caught some fish on them, you might be even more interested. So there's one of them, that's the pop up rig, instead of in there. And then the Bun Spice, which is what I had all the night fish and the morning fish on. It's just there, really, off those broken tree trunks. Really, really simple stuff. Right, let's try and actually hook into the next one. Yum, yum, yum. That's a breakfast. Oof. Alright, update time. I'm still on the zigs. Just down there. One's still out there, and then I've put one into a little margin around there. Just because I thought carp might be patrolling the margin. I'm not going to put any more baits out until this evening, because I think the fish aren't on the bottom, they're not going to be feeding. I've still got, I don't know, I think I've used about half my 1.5 kilos of Bun Spice. I've still got a good half of that left, and I used quite a lot of my black cherry actually. I haven't got that much black cherry left, but I'm only here for one more night, and I think tomorrow day will be similar conditions to this, so I'm not particularly bothered about preserving the bait. So I've got rum and a raisin down there as well, which Leo's using, but I can always nick it from him. A little tip here actually, if you roll bait yourself, basically you always end up with a bit in the end of the gun. Basically quite a lot of people throw that away. Why don't you just make it into a little sausage, and you can break off little rum and raisin chunks to suit your needs. And even if you don't want to use them as hook baits, just throw them into the swim. Lovely jubbly. Instant attraction bait. But there I've got 3 types of boilies with me, and I think I'll start putting out baits again tonight basically, but not till at least 5 o'clock. Right, haven't talked to you in ages since the Q&A. Basically I went off stalking and I had a little result, so here's that. Right, a little bit of stalking's paid off. 3-line bread. I've taken a, God, it's got to be £7, maybe 8. Really nice dark common again. This is on old Speci. Yeah, a bit of floating bread in the reeds. Had to go in after him because he wasn't coming through the reeds. So I had to go through the reeds to get to him. A lively spring common off the top on a bit of bread. I left my meaty meals at home. Lovely winter common off the top. Well, it's spring now, isn't it? With this weather. Oh, go on then, you can get back. But there you are. Nice one. Yeah, so I've just got the rods back out on. Now the sun's going down a bit. I thought there was no point fishing bottom baits when the sun was up in the middle of the day. So yeah, both rods out. One of the. Hello. Oh, that was a knock on the right hand rod, I think. Yeah, you can see the old alarm flashing away. So maybe that'll go off in a minute. Yeah, basically just got both rods back out, hoping to catch a few fish. About halfway through my session, but tomorrow in the day I think it's going to be pretty much dead until I pack up. So it's pretty much tonight until early morning I'm hoping for a fish. So yeah, let's try and get one. Got a nice supper to look forward to anyway. This is literally the one last night was that for quite a few more minutes than this has gone. Just like, I know you're small, please come in.
Well, they're probably all quite full of energy because they haven't really been caught through the winter.
Yeah, that was just
So, don't get under there. No, he's not ready. He's now.
He's ready.
Supreme nets and shit has to use by this now.
Right, halfway through the session and number 6 comes along. Number 7 overall, of course, if you count the one from old Speci. Little £5 common. I'm fairly certain. I mean, I've had 6 now, which is more than like everyone else on the lake put together. I don't think that's because I'm an incredible angler. I think it's simply because I've found the fish and I've found the base that works. Being an incredible angler, it helps, but you know, I don't think it's everything on this session. But there we are, nice little £5.5 winter common. Spring common, I keep forgetting it's spring, I keep saying winter. But yeah, I'm going to try and single out one of the bigger fish now that I've sussed it, try and suss the bigger ones. There we are. Right, I've just had one. Here's a picture of it. Not very big at all, but worth catching, I suppose. Couldn't be bothered to get the video camera sorted and everything just because it was a really small one. I'd say about 4 or 5 pounds. I'm in a t-shirt there because I'm defying the cold weather. I think it has got really, really cold very, very quickly. Matt's already frozen over. I think it's only about 9 o'clock. So I think I'm going to get some supper on and maybe get into bed because I'm quite tired from last night and I fancy a good night's sleep. So I think anything small I'll probably just put back, and anything decent I'll show you. But I've had 7 out now of here, so I'm pretty happy. I think that's going alright. Right then, I don't know if you'll be able to see me, it's about 11:15. I've just been woken up by a real little scamp, about £3. Part of me really wonders why this is in the specimen lake, but there we are. I think I'll just get it back, John. There we are. Try and light down. Yeah, about £3 common on the bun spice bottom bait rod, but it's the 8th fish. And in freezing cold conditions like that, I mean the mat's frozen solid. It's nice to have one out. Right, let's get it back and get the rod back out. Come on. Come on, please. Right, this morning, little bits happened since you last saw me. I had another fish at about 4:10 on the right hand rod, the Bun Spice rod. I didn't want to film it or anything. It was probably 4 or 5 pounds, nothing massive. And then I've just missed a run on the left hand rod, which has been in the same spot for probably 12 hours and not had a touch, and it's probably 4 to 6 foot from the other rod. And it sat there for 12 hours and suddenly it's gone off. I'm starting to wonder whether I have sussed this place, what is really going on. But now it's started to snow. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on the camera, but there are little snowflakes falling, which I don't really mind too much. I've had a few fish. I don't really want to catch any more small ones, to be honest. I don't want, to have to recast or anything. I'll happily take a decent sized one now, but I'm quite fed up of catching small fish, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to get some breakfast on and I'll probably see you later. The camera was in this pocket here, okay, that pocket of this. To be honest, I'm going to write a letter to Airwalk, okay, that pocket there. I took some baits from my other pocket to throw them out. Throw bait. Camera comes flying out of pocket into lake.
Ends up down there.
Okay, biggest of the session. Not huge, at 11:15, but very well worth catching. I made a move actually. Now my camera broke, I thought I'd go off and drown my sorrows at another part of the lake, at the top where I'd seen the fish topping. And yeah, this one raced away within about an hour on the Bun Spice bottom bait, just out to a little bush. Really happy to have a decent one out, and yeah, still not the 20, but I suppose we're going in the right direction. Third double, lovely 11:15, pristine common. Nice high fish. Right, let's get it back. Right, another one. Probably won't be able to hear me because of the wind, but yeah, really happy. About £5 taken off that same spot again. So you're going to get to see a few fish at the end of this weird video with the camera going in the pond. But there we are. Another one. I've also had another one I didn't show you. Leo vouched for me, that's on the other rod. So
he's lying.
Three fish since I moved over here. The other one was literally about £1.5 pounds. Yeah, really happy. Let's get it back. I appear to have found a spot. I might show you the spot in a minute if Leo lets me.
No.
Right, back it goes. Right, it's come to the end of a pretty weird session, to be honest with you. I thought I'd sort of tell you what's gone on really, because I don't really know. Basically, yeah, this morning, since you last saw me, I was throwing out some boilies, like that, and the camera came flying out my pocket and into the lake, the Sanyo. So if you see a video at all, it means that I managed to salvage the SD card, which is quite good. And so yeah, I've got to buy a new camera now, which is just going to be really annoying. And yeah, so Leo's kind of let me use his for a couple of fish I caught this morning, which was around the other side. Didn't even get a chance to show you where I was fishing, but they were all on Bun Spice bottom bait. Actually, one was on black cherry. I had 3 fish around the side. One was on black cherry, 2 were on Bun Spice, and I had that really nice, what was it, 11:15, something like that. Really nice to get a double out, because I thought it wasn't going to happen. But I'm fairly happy with the session, to be honest with you. I've had 12 fish out of here, which, the old other anglers on the lake have had like 1s and 2s, and some of them blanked. I mean, I don't think I've fished particularly exceptionally. I think it's literally I've just managed to find the fish. But I'm really happy that once I found them, I managed to nail them. Starting to get these rigs really sussed. Starting to get the lake sussed. Starting to get the baits. I've got through nearly 3 kilos between us of boilies, because they weren't having them during the night and stuff. I kept putting more bait out. Anyway, I hope you do see this, because that'll mean I'll salvage the SD card and we'll get an episode. And yeah, hopefully next time you see me, I'll have a new camera, and yeah, hopefully maybe some bigger fish, some stuff we've had this time. Right, see you soon.